think about the northern beaches, you think about the coast and surfing. But as I walk up to this property here, with the greenery and the facade, it's just got that bushy, beachy vibe. And I love it. How are you, Phil?
Yeah, good, Norm. How you doing?
Going well, mate. Nice to meet you.
And you?
Yeah. Now, first impressions of the house. I love this timber screening.
It's black, but looks fantastic up against the sandstone. I just love it. It's a bushy, beachy kind of feel.
It is a bushy, beachy kind of feel. My sort of feel, that is. Phil, can you give us a bit of a brief and a bit of a story behind the family and the build of this house?
Yeah, well, it was quite a unique brief that we had for this, for the design. It's a bespoke design for John and Denka, the homeowners. John is in a wheelchair, and so we had to design something that worked for him, and that meant one single level all the way through. Traditionally, a deck is 25 or 30 mil below your standard floor level, so one level all the way through this house. Denka loves entertaining, and they've got a very wide circle of friends from their sailing days and their work environment. So big deck areas. They wanted something that was easy to manage and where Denka could assist and care for John. So it's a unique setup with the bedrooms and with the bathroom, and the bathroom had to be wheelchair access in a small home, as you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That means wider doors and making sure you've got the room to manoeuvre. And we were able to fit that all in a 60 square metre granny flat.
So Phil, I love the timber. Like, you got the timber deck, the timber flows through the house, and it also goes out into that deck out the back there.
Denka really loves Australian hardwoods, but she particularly likes greenery, and she likes how greenery sits up against the hardwood as well. So it was really important for Denka and for John to have a lot of light in the house, and to have that light with an aspect, a look out upon greenery. And just wonderful Australian products to work with. The roofing here that we've worked with on a number of buildings here in this local area is a Bondor roofing panel.
Yep.
And it gives a really high insulation value. So the R value in all of this roofing is 4.1 out here on the deck area and R value of 5 inside. Most roofs are about 2.7 in the Sydney area. So wonderful product to work with, very high spans, and goes on quickly. 110 square metres of roof on this building, and we put this on in a day.
All the glass in this joint is letting so much light in, it's unreal.
Wherever you sit in this room, we wanted to have light coming in, and we wanted to be looking out on greenery and feel like the outdoors was actually inside the house. So it was very important for Denka and for John to feel that when they sat in these two rooms, because this is where they were going to spend a lot of time in the house.
Yep.
And when we walk around and have a look at the kitchen and the design that we required in the kitchen, it had to work for wheelchairs.
Yep.
And so this bench here, which sits well up above the ground, couldn't have two pieces of timber holding it up. So this was actually framed and built at the very early stages of the building, where we had steel built that connects all the way down into the bearers underneath the house.
Yep.
To support this beautiful piece of stone that comes across as a stone bench top and can be have a wheelchair set under it so that they can eat from.
So one would say you built the house around the bench?
We did. We built a good part of this place at the front part of the house, yes. Around.
Yeah, yeah. Is that beam structural or is that just cosmetics?
No, it's just cosmetics. It wasn't required. As we talked about the panels, they have a very long span on these panels, so it wasn't required for structure, but it was required to show the timbers throughout the building.
Sort of blocks off the two areas, but without blocking it off, if you know what I mean. Like, you've got the living area here, you've got the kitchen there, so when you sort of look at the ceiling, it's got that beautiful timber, and it sort of separates the kitchen to a certain degree with still having that open plan living. And then also, we talk about the lighting and the windows in this part of the house, but it's also flowed right through to the whole house down there. There's plenty of light coming in through the glass up there.
Oh yes, we met the brief we met the brief. So a nice light-filled room, but again, when we get into those rooms, you'll see that it's always got an outlook onto greenery, and that's again bringing the outside in, very Northern Beaches sort of feel to it. That was really important in the design of this property.
So Phil, as I see it, it's been a great collaboration between architect, builder and client, and it's all just come together and it's a magnificent place.
Thank you. We're really happy with the outcome on this build.
Yeah.
Terrific job, and great clients to work with as well.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for having us, Phil, and we'll
Pleasure,
catch you on
mate.
the next one.
We will indeed.